let's attempt to look at what a brand is. We've talked so much about, people. The word brand is very common. I want to build my brand. I want to be a brand. MTN is a big brand. This is a big brand. Branding. I just attempt here to kind of throw light on my understanding of what a brand is. A brand is more than a name. Of course, it started with the concept of tagging products and services. Okay, so it's OMO. We tag it OMO. And then it grew to become OMO as a brand. So when you think of OMO, what comes to your mind? Think about washing brighter, and they say brighter and shines. Okay, so it's gone beyond tagging OMO as a name to tagging OMO as a brand. So now OMO means something to you. So let's just go through and see. A brand is more than a name. A brand is a name that stands for something tangible in the lives of its current and forget about all the big English. I'll break it down. A name that stands for something tangible in the lives of its current and potential users. What are we trying to say here? It's one of the most important, and by implication, the most valuable asset if properly managed at a business. It's more than a product. A brand is more than an inanimate object we pick off the shelf called product. It's an entity with a meaning that is relevant within the wider context of the needs, aspirations, passions, and lifestyle orientation of the customer. It is very straightforward. When I say pure water, what does it mean to you? Is what? Sachet water. That's just what it means to you. When I say Ragolis, what does it mean to you? Which one? I didn't say Ragolis water, I just said Ragolis. There's some, and I just mentioned Ragolis. I didn't say Ragolis water. When I say Pastor E.A. Adeboye, what does it mean to you? It means so many things. It means Redeemed Church. To some, it means spiritual father. To some, it means hallelujah. It means, so when you hear of a name, what does it evoke inside you? The extent to which it can evoke any meaning at all is to the extent to which you are associated with it. If you mention E.A. Adeboye in Borno State, for instance, it might not mean anything to anybody. They might not know him, and don't blame them. Because one, they are not Christians. Two, they probably have never heard about that name at all. So, but within the Christian circle and within the southern circle here, it means a lot. If you say Arsenal, what does it mean to you? It will mean a lot of things to different people. Bad football, jokers. So there are no Arsenal fans here to defend themselves. When you say Chelsea, when you hear the word Chelsea, what does it mean to you? Achievers. Money. Good football. And when you hear of Google, just search engine. You just think that, oh God, before Google, where was the world? What were we? How was life without Google? So it means that a brand is much more than a name. A brand is a name that stands for something tangible, something that you can associate with, something that evokes emotions inside anyone that is associated with it. And when I say anything, it means a lot of things, especially Friday evenings to a lot of people. When I say anything, what does it mean to you? Next. Okay, so that's the concept of marketing, and that's the concept of what a brand is. A brand is a name that stands for something. So for you as a poet that wants to brand yourself, what do you stand for? What are you known for? You've been on several stages and you have read out several poems. But what can you be associated with? What can you be associated with? If you mention the word Donna, there are a few poem topics that will come up. I remember when they mentioned which one, 1, 2, 3 names came up. But for you as a poet, when your name is mentioned as a poet, what can you be associated with? I think that's an area that you need to define, that you need to work on as a poet. That's the first thing that you need to work on.